Section 10.51 Assessment Guidelines for Non-Conforming Packages. Based on the type of non-compliance and consequence of packaging being manufactured in non-compliance with the marking standard specification, it may not or may not be safe, unsafe for service. DOT specifications and UN standards often contain substantial factors of safety to provide a margin of safety, allow for unknown, uninspected factors, unintentional variations in manufacture provided for a long packaging life. In addition, many packages are often operated below their design conditions, which can provide in addition factors of safety, reduces public risk when operated in such manner. For example, welded low-pressure cylinders are often used to transport materials. Vapor pressure will be surface pressure of the cylinder, thus adding additional factor of the safety to built in the specifications. For these reasons, factors which built in the specification packaging variation of 5% less than values of material properties and test conditions, acceptance criteria, minimum wall thickness and mark value are very minimal, no safety hazard. Recalls and packaging removal standard specifications shall permit markers from a large group of packaging, therefore by prohibiting their use as hazardous material services, very serious action and potential very large economic safety consequences. Such action should be taken when the impact of such action is understood, taking into considerations and safety, and such actions should be taken in when they impact such actions, understand that they can take into consideration such actions can often bankrupt the manufacturing number of its customers to create health and safety problems greater than they alleviate. A risk assessment matrix and a risk of index are provided by to give guidance to relating failure consequences, frequently occurrence, and ranking and resulting risks. See Figure 10.1 at the end of the chapter. The following are the factors that must be considered when assessment of the hazard, risk, and recall safety countermeasures are performed. Whether it is what is expected failure mode: rupture, leakage, permanent expansion, or reduced performance in an accident environment. What is the hazardous consequence of the inspected package failure mode of the release of hazardous material transported? How many packages are involved in what services they are used? What is the worker and the public exposure to subject packaging? What is the likely failure to result in the packaging defect? How does the rate compare to other package transporting system failure rates? Are there alternative packaging available? Alternative packaging are often not available for many specialized packaging. What are safety consequences of removing packaging from the service? Many hazardous materials packaging provide health and safety benefits from safety. Removal of such materials of packaging, particularly when no few alternatives are available, may create a greater health safety risk, and they are alleviated by removing non-conforming packaging. A large increase of trips and number of alternative packaging can increase the probability of death, injuries, and increased transportation, loading, and unloading accidents. 8. When there are economical impacts removing packaging from the service on the packaging manufacturer, shippers, and enders of the packaging material transported, what other options are available are derating operation controls, retrofit, and phase removal from the service. What are the best methods for reaching the person who possesses the non-conforming package? When the probability of success is defective, should be concerned of the imminent hazard, whether the substantial probability that death or serious injury will occur from frequent worker or public exposure, frequent package failures. An imminent hazard requires immediate public notification of the hazard and initiation of the actions that eliminate the eliminatory of the imminent hazard. The defect is considered imminent when there is substantially probability that death or serious injury will occur from frequent worker or public exposure and frequent packaging failures. An imminent hazard and requires immediate public notification of hazard and initiation of actions to eliminate the amulet of it. Section 10.6 Penalty and Guidelines. At the end of Subpart D of Part 107, there is an appendix provided by the extensive information of how PHSM It goes to recommending the setting guidance penalties of violation described in the civil penalty enforcement cases. You will review the guideline and familiar for both the theory and application. Risk assessment matrix. And then there's chapter 11.